welcome back to the Fourth and Wrong podcast. We have still not picked a new name. Open to suggestions at the moment. Feel free to leave them in the comments. But I am one of your co-hosts, Colin. I'm here with Dallas, Donnie, and a special guest this week, Kenny. Tell the people who you are.
So I'm Kenny. I own a vintage shop up here called Retro Royalty. So we just did a sick promo with Michigan State football. We had a bunch of guys come out and do a photo shoot with one of my photographers. His name's Shot by Chris. And we're looking to expand across campus more. I just did an event down in Royal Oak and just sold out over there. So we're obviously in the process of reloading everything for the month right now. But rolling into next school year, definitely looking to do a lot of pop-up shops, welcome week, and getting this completely rolling up in East Lansing.
Yeah. Kenny and I went to school together at Michigan State, in case you haven't figured that out. But big Detroit sports guy, so we figured we would bring him on right after the draft and talk through the draft class. So, obviously, first off, starting off, Detroit broke the attendance record for the NFL draft. Not only broke it, they shattered that record. The record was like 600,000 in Memphis a couple years ago, and we just reset it at 775,000, I think. So like that's insane. Donnie and I both stopped by Dallas. I don't know if you did or Kenny if you did, but it was a great time. I went on Saturday, so it was like not as flashy and cool, but I mean it was still pretty cool just like being there, getting to like check that off like my sports bucket list, of getting to attend an NFL draft. Lions traded up into the fourth round, so I got to see a Lions pick, so that was pretty neat. That tackle that we drafted out of British Columbia, I was there for that pick. Got to see Sketch too. Sketch got to announce a pick. I'll drop that TikTok video in here. But what's up, brother? But yeah, who has thoughts they want to share on the draft class?
I like Colin said, I went Friday. I ended up getting there at like 11 a.m., noon, something like that. I watched Pat McAfee show and everything, and I was there until like 4:30. And not gonna lie to you, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of exhausted. And the Lions only had one pick that day, so I'm like, yeah, I'm a head out. So I didn't actually watch any of the draft. I just did all the draft festivities. It was awesome. It's sweet to see how it just like took over an entire 5 blocks of downtown Detroit. It was pretty cool to see everybody there and everything, because it was jam packed when I was there a good 3-4 hours before the draft even began. So that was awesome. Overall, I think it was a solid draft. I love how everybody showed up. Hopefully, the Lions can get a Super Bowl within the next 20 years, so we can go on. But
Kansas City hosted last year's draft and then won a ring, so maybe we can do it too. Who knows? But I don't know about y'all, but I am really happy with this draft class. It's not like crazy flashy, but it addressed basically every area of need. They're stocking up on some depth in some other places that we might have some guys move on or retire in the next couple of years. So kind of drafting their replacements, have them learn behind them for a year or two, and then, see them get replaced. But, I am in love with that first pick, Terrion Arnold. I think he's going to be a dog. I think that Mizzou guy is going to be awesome as well. Like I mean, he's not going to start, but he's going to be a good depth rotation piece, and he's going to. I think we got some solid secondary pieces right now that we're working with. Brad Holmes is cooking.
My thing about the draft for me is they made the easy pick, which is something they've consistently done outside the year before, right? Like they made the easy pick with Penei Sewell. They made the easy pick with Aiden Hutchinson. And then they went in this year and said, we're going to make the easy pick again with Terrion Arnold. And that's something this team rarely has ever done in our lives. Mostly they think they are smarter than the other teams. So I think this was another draft that was super refreshing, that they just played it safe and made the right pick. And I think something that you said about the depth that was interesting to me was something I talked about a lot was you're in a position right now where you can let guys sit for 2 or 3 years behind some starters. Because right now, this year is like your year to win the Super Bowl. Like that Terrion Arnold pick to me screams we're trying to win it all. Because you filled the one need. You filled the one thing that you needed that you didn't have last year. It would have won you at all, which was a cornerback 1 or 2. So in my opinion, drafting guys later in the draft and getting depth is something they need to do, because after this year, you got contracts coming off the book. Goff, you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to start paying other guys. And, something that we've never had to do since we were really in middle school, maybe with the Tigers, is start having conversations about, can we afford this guy down the stretch these next 2 years? Like, we're going to start having uncomfortable conversations about letting guys go that we love and want here forever right now. And I think right now we are looking at a team that you have guys sitting, like the old linemen that are going to be sitting behind these guys right now. You needed that. You need corners to sit behind these guys right now because, guys are coming off the books. So that was something that I really appreciate about the draft, is they went depth for the future.
No, yeah, I definitely agree. I think this was a solid draft for us overall. We got the corner we needed, stud. He's an absolute stud. But yeah, you guys pretty much said everything. We did exactly what we needed to do in this draft, and we didn't. I don't think we reached on anybody personally, and I take that as a
Tarian
win.
was a steal at 24. Oh my God.
Honestly, any defensive player at that point was a steal. Being nobody went until the 15th pick, which is another crazy thing about this draft that
I have a feeling that's going to come back in trivia.
No, not a trivia piece. I just thought that was crazy.
That was crazy.
I think it fell pretty perfect for the Lions once you get about 12, 13 picks deep, and it was nothing but quarterbacks or tackles for basically the entire thing. You're like, all right, this is
you're like, we're gonna be able to pick
good.
anybody we want.
This is us.
we don't need a quarterback, a tackle, or a
I remember when I showed my mock draft last week. When I showed my mock draft last episode, and you were like, if this is how the board shakes out, Brad Holmes is going to be shitting his pants. Like, what the fuck are we doing? And it wasn't quite as wild as that mock draft was, but like, I'm sure Brad Holmes was like freaking out a little bit, like, oh my God, what the hell are these teams doing? They're just going to let us pick whoever we want.
Yeah, that's
also,
why
jumping Green Bay to get Tarian was fantastic. Shout out to Brad Holmes for making that trade.
I'm always in favor of fucking over the Packers no matter what. I don't care what it costs. Yeah, I was kind of expecting maybe a trade up sooner if they were going to trade up. Once they kind of got into the mid-20s, I was kind of like, all right, I think it's just going to get to our pick. Like, because there was a lot of, even if we would have sat there and say Green Bay takes Arnold, say two corners go off the board, you're still going to have guys like Cooper DeJean, Kool-Aid's still going to be there. So it wasn't like they had to trade up. They had to trade up for specifically Arnold, but if they didn't care for Arnold, they could have got another corner. But as you guys know, once it started coming down the board, I really wanted a Latu there from UCLA. I was kind of like, I didn't know his injury history was actually that bad. If I knew that, I would have felt like he would have dropped later.
That's the one that he had like a neck injury or something, and then they told him to medically retire, and then he didn't, and then he came back and had like a crazy number of sacks.
Yeah,
right?
he was told to medically retire, and I believe he was medically retired. I thought he was medically retired for 2 years. Then he came back and played at UCLA this year, and then he ended up getting drafted because he had a really good year. But either way, I think he's a dog. I think I'm not really like, oh my God. I think it's like an okay pick. And then I think the other corner is kind of an okay pick. Like, as long as one of them hit, I don't really give a shit. And Brad Holmes' history is one of them's going to be good. I don't know who, don't know what they're going to be good at. One of them's going to be okay. And honestly, we just need one good corner. One good corner, and I think we're chilling.
I think a solid corner, and we're chilling. Like,
now, if you're going to go solid, we need two of them. You got to go with one good or two solid.
All right, that's valid. That's valid. But I mean, we did just make some pickups in free agency too. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm saying like solid from one of the rookies might be fine.
Guys, we need somebody on the other side of Vilgore to like lock down. I mean, he's going to lock down the CD Lambs of the world. We saw it against Dallas. So fucking
all right.
The only thing sitting next to that man Vildor is the fucking Gatorade cooler. That's it. That's it.
Anybody else have anything they want to share about this draft class or the draft in general?
What the fuck are the Falcons doing?
Okay, yeah, we can talk about that.
What are the Falcons doing? What are the fuck? Dude, there's so much shit that happens.
I don't even know. Like, I just don't understand. So, because people are like, oh, take him and he can back up Kirk for a year. or maybe even steal the starting job by the end of the year. It's like,
it's that min of 2
yeah,
years.
but
That's the problem.
you just gave him $100 million guaranteed. He's gonna have to play like 2, maybe 3 years. Like,
and even if you do let him play to 3 years, you still have to pay him the third or the fourth.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think
It's
the
just
bigger problem
insane to
is
me.
you let him sit. I think optimistically, like the way I kind of wrap my brain around it is the way you can tell the Falcons didn't know what the fuck they're doing because they paid him. Like the way they paid him is going to be a big cap hit if they get rid of him. Instead of doing guaranteed money, and it kind of, I can't remember if it's guaranteed money or signing bonus, what the difference is in terms of if you try to move them, what it is. Because one of them, you
I think
kind of
signing
trade the
bonus
money.
probably has less of a cap hit.
Well, there's one you can kind of trade and the other team eats it, and then there's one where like you have to eat it no matter what.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
can't remember
sure.
what it is, but
I feel like it's
however
the
they
guaranteed
find
one
it,
is the one that you have to eat. Ain't
yeah,
no
and
way.
it's honestly just that's
Well, I mean, you know you're about to lose your job after this season as a GM when your fucking owner on your first draft is using fingers in your face, and then you're trying to defend yourself by saying, we had this guy right here
Yeah.
using your finger, we had him here. I mean, the second you start doing that, it's wraps.
I
So,
was thinking like
you knew. I mean, everyone knew.
I think the bigger issue isn't even that they signed Kirk and that they drafted a quarterback. I don't think those are the main issues. I think the main issue that it's specifically Michael Penix is like in my brain because he's 24. Like not as a prospect. I'm saying age and like what he is. Like he's a 24-year-old, 6-year starter. Like if like
also don't forget he
injury
tore
history.
both of his ACLs.
Yeah, and that's kind of either or like injury history. I'm thinking more the age because Joel Klatt came out and he said other than probably Caleb Williams, and you can make an argument even including Caleb Williams, like nobody was more pro ready than Michael Penix because he's played so much. Like if they would have drafted, this is what I was trying to say. If they would have drafted JJ McCarthy and did nothing different, I don't think people would be shitting on the Falcons that much. I think it would still be like why are you taking because JJ could sit for 2 years and he's still fucking 22, 23? Like it makes a lot more sense.
It makes more sense.
It makes more sense. It still doesn't make much sense.
I think the Falcons
you just signed Kirk starter long-term starter money.
I would say it's still a dumb move. I'm not saying it's a good move either way. I'm saying I think they're getting shit on so hard because Penix is so old. If it was JJ and he's fucking 2-3 years younger, I think people are like, okay, like it's still not a great move, but we can see why he did it. It makes sense. It could work out. I don't think anybody thinks this is going to work out well. I don't think I have heard a single person be like, yeah, this is a good idea. They're going to be set up. This is them.
Well, you guys are missing the biggest point.
Is to just win 8 games a year. Like they don't give a shit about winning a Super Bowl with that pick. Is what that tells me.
Sorry about the wait.
Well, this is what you guys are missing. All of that too. He has no knees. He has neither knee.
Yeah.
So it's like you drafted the guy who's going to be 29 by the time he's a starter with no knees.
Dude, literally, there's a picture of him
honestly,
with both knees like bandaged up from his surgeries.
It's like he's going to take a hit, or he's 29 and he's a starter. What it is? What is it going to be?
It's
that's the problem.
Ridiculous.
I really hope we don't play him because like what Stan's game plan going to be? He can't take a bite out of his knee. They're not even there. Like he ain't got fucking knee.
Or are they just arguing?
No, podcast has started. Welcome.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Could we see
Camera's not on.
So you're gonna turn your camera on there, bud?
Come on, there,
Wingo.
No, okay.
All right.
Visible man.
Marshall, we're talking about the draft. We already talked about the Lions draft class. We
What
can
is
circle
the
back if we
backdrop?
want.
Location.
Look at the
Where
bear.
the fuck
a Bears
are you, dude?
I was a Bears fan.
I'm
The
in a
Bears.
fucking wooden cabin. Like,
That's the best
Why is the
backdrop you got
bear
in that
more in
entire
frame than
cabin.
you are?
hold on one second.
Little did you guys know, Marshall actually doesn't have electricity. He actually has a hamster off camera that's fucking losing his mind.
For context, Kenny, Marshall's on vacation right now in like Tennessee, I think, in the Smoky
9
Mountains.
hours away.
Little do you guys know, Marshall's actually just a freeloader. That's why he's in all these different locations. He has
I
actually
haven't
no
seen
home.
him in his
He
usual
has no
setup in
home.
like a month and a half.
Marshall
He's
in the
homeless.
months we've been doing this has recorded in his car in 2 or 3 separate houses. Bro is just.
I think he's recorded in his car and a house within the same episode too.
I recorded in a car. I recorded in a hotel.
Didn't you go through a drive-through
A
too?
hotel.
Yeah, you went through a
Yeah,
drive-through.
I was in a Wendy's drive-through.
I forgot that.
So I was in
Heard that
hotel,
man's order.
car. I was dog sitting. My house. Is at my grandma's house, cabin. So yeah, next you're gonna see. I'm gonna do it live from like the Lions Stadium or something.
That'd be sick, dude. That'd
That
be
would
sick.
be actually
Next one
fucking
from your
sick.
bathroom.
Yeah, in the bathroom. Just
Dude,
sitting
if
on
it
the
was light
Maybe the
toilet.
next one on the toilet. Yeah.
Who's sitting on the
If it was
toilet? You
light
imagine he's just
outside,
like,
I was gonna be the biggest dickhead in the world and like set it up. So I'm like on the deck of a view of the mountains. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the podcast.
That would be pretty sick.
I think the bigger problem with the Falcons draft is that obviously, like, you blow the first pick, like that's kind of whatever. Usually, if you blow the first pick and you at least like have a decent draft afterwards, like it can kind of salvage some shit. The rest of their draft was equally as bad. They overdraft, they traded up in the second and overdrafted a guy who was supposed to go in like the third round. When Newton there from Illinois, the 3-tech was sitting there, and they need a 3-tech. It's like if you would have drafted him, that would have taken so much pressure off the shit pick you just made less than 24 hours later. But it's like they just kept doubling down on bad picks, and I think that's
Listen,
what the
it's
backlash.
that coach's first draft. Give him some slack.
I mean,
that was
it was
wild. They kind of went wild.
Not everyone can be Dan and Brad. Like
The one
No,
I was, even though the Vikings, I'm the biggest JJ McCarthy hater on the planet, not gonna lie. Even though the Vikings, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like JJ McCarthy, but they had a damn good draft. I'm not gonna lie. They not only did they get a quarterback, which is what they need, but they arguably went out and probably got the best defensive player in the draft. Arguably, obviously. You know, there's a lot of speculation if Dallas Turner is the best player, but getting a QB and then maybe the best defensive player in the drafts, that's a pretty damn good draft. And yeah, I don't know how that the Lions have one good year and the whole division said, yep, there it is. Let's actually
they said we can't let that happen again.
Every team is an 11-win team now.
Really
Like
do.
there's no bad teams in our, and that like the Bears are going to be the Bears, but it's Caleb Williams. Like there's no way we can beat
Don't matter.
that.
Lions going 17-0. Doesn't matter.
We could bet. Yeah. Like there's a chance this year, and I know Donnie might actually jump up and like the Packers could be the worst team in the division this year. Like that actually is like
they will be actually.
like
Nah,
there's
I
going
don't
to be
think so.
one team in the division that
Maybe the
has.
I think it'll
Vikings
still
like
be the
that.
Bears.
And I
don't
know
think
we're
the Bears are
talking
gonna
about
be-
draft,
no.
but
I think the Bears are going to be the.
I know we're
I
talking
think the Bears are
about
like
draft and-
2 years away from anything like serious.
And I don't even know if you guys did touch on this, but I wanted to say something from it because this is why Brad Holmes is a genius. Amon-Ra St. Brown got his contract, makes him.
we were going to talk
highest-
about it. We hadn't talked
Gonna
about it
talk
yet.
about
Okay, but only reason I love talking about that is Amon-Ra. So he's now the highest paid receiver in the NFL. I caught an immediate call from Austin about it. And he's like, I was like, yeah, I feel like highest paid, you know, it's kind of crazy, but I mean, he does deserve it. Not only is he productive, but he's everything you want in a player. He's good with fans. He's good in the locker room. He's a good leader. He's great everything. But Austin was like, bro, that is the best move by Brad Holmes ever. I said, why do you think that? And he's like, you realize that Brad Holmes basically just wanted to screw the Vikings over out of more money because of them making Amon-Ra St. Brown the highest paid player. You know, Jefferson's like, oh, Amon-Ra gets 30 mil? Give me 35 plus. Like he's gonna want way more than that. And so is CeeDee Lamb. Brad Holmes,
not only the Vikings, CeeDee Lamb is fucking.
yeah,
in
Brad Holmes. I think Brad Holmes just wanted to do it now so that he could make those guys want more. Because you know, CeeDee and Jefferson definitely think they have egos. They definitely think they're better than Amon-Ra. So that move by Brad Holmes was awesome. The Penei Sewell one, I think he easily deserves to be the highest paid. He's one of the youngest offensive tackles in the league, and he's probably arguably the best alongside like Trent Williams. But Trent Williams is also like 37 years old, so
yeah, I'll say this about the contracts. I love that obviously we locked them both up for a while. Penei said he wants to be a Lion for life, which is awesome. Love that. The stuff he said today, I don't know if you guys saw anything about it, but he had his press conference today for the first time since he signed it. Just like hearing like how much like every little gesture that like Brad and Dan have done since he got to Detroit, like he thought he was going to spend the rest of his life like on a farm in Hawaii. He didn't think he was even going to make it to the NFL and now be the highest tackle or highest paid tackle in football. That's insane. But like
he's really the guy that started it all. Like
I know,
Brad
like
Holmes
he is
Brad
like
Holmes'
the
first
foundational guy of
Yeah.
this rebuild, and it's like it's crazy because we've been through so many rebuilds, even in like the last decade, so many like rebuilds with the Lions. And it's like this one is finally like looking like it's gonna stick. And it's like so satisfying to see that like the culture has entirely changed in Detroit. Guys love it here. The new guys are excited to be here. Like, you heard Amon Ra talk about how he didn't want to go to Detroit, but like now, like guys are like excited when they hear Detroit pick them. Like that's crazy to me, and it's
Terry
like
and
super
Arnold turning
satisfying.
around at the draft and saying, "I'm home," was one of the most peak moments in
Oh,
draft.
100%.
Well, his
Like, go ahead.
His reaction was fun. Like his reaction was pretty cool too. With the did you see the cell phone when they called him?
I did not. I did
So
not.
they called him up. And the family asked where. He says Detroit, and he goes, "Holy shit!" on the phone, read the list and everything. And but I think it's funny about that is like who would have said 10 years ago that guys like Romeo and Dunze would be that pissed off about going to the Giants, and guys would be just as pissed off about going to the Saints.
Yeah.
Like Kool-Aid was pissed
Shit,
about
if
going
you
to the
said that
Saints.
like 3 years ago,
You said
like,
that
would have
3
been
years
crazy.
ago.
The Lions
I would be nuts.
I don't know if a franchise has had a bigger babyface turn in the last in any 2 to 3 year span than the Lions have in the last 2 to 3 years, along with getting the draft and Hard Knocks and shit. Like the team went from as soon as Stafford would trade it, I would argue is probably the lowest point within the past like 5 years where I was like, damn, that team has no future. And then to go from that to where we are right now, where we're hosting the draft, getting almost a fucking million people to show up and all this, it's like,
Crazy enough.
What a 180.
Crazy enough, I would agree. When we traded Stafford, I mean, I think getting rid of Stafford was the best idea. I think no matter what, that was the great idea. Because honestly, in my opinion, when we traded for Stafford, I wasn't even looking at Goff like new starting quarterback. I was like, sweet quarterback for 1 year until we draft a new one. Like awesome. So, but I trading Stafford was good no matter what. But I did not think we'd be sitting in a position where Goff was gonna be the future of our team. Like absolutely. Yeah. Like so I was like, hell, like the Matthew Stafford trade really was like a low point. Like, where is this team gonna go? And then that I love going back to the clip of when we were 0-10, 0-11, and Amon-Ra count that game-winning touchdown against the Vikings. And
oh my god, I will never forget. I was in my fucking.
We looked like we won the damn Super Bowl.
I lost my mind. The whole floor lost their minds. Everyone was watching that Lions game because we realized that we had a shot to win that game, and my floor fucking exploded with like cheering and shit, and people running out into the hallway like freaking out because we had won a game.
Yeah, that was...
And then you had G-Mac Cash drop the Lions won. So like
G-Mac Cash is low-key the reason the
when we get a documentary about this run the Lions are having, if G-Mac Cash isn't in that documentary,
dude, he better be.
He's the reason we turned it around. It's no coincidence.
He better be the intro song.
Go on a run. It's not a coincidence.
Leaving that Monday night game, all four of us and Zach and listening
to
G-Mac
blasting Lions one again in downtown Detroit. That
somehow
was
he didn't get
awesome.
in an accident. Like that shit was wild.
That was so obnoxious. That
was insane. But the only thing like it's straight out of a movie, and that's why you got to make something about this. You go back to that clip of the before the season of our Hard Knocks, before we even went 9-8 and ended that season like that. You listen to what Dan said in like those pregame speeches where he's like literally crying his heart out. Like, I just need y'all to trust me, man. I'm building something here. I just need you guys to stick with me and play it out. You know, usually in those situations, it don't really turn out to shit, but you don't ever see those clips. To go back and look at that before even that 9-8 season and to see that he was right. He was building something, and we let him cook, and bro cooked. Like, absolutely. And then to think of where we're at today, and now we still have a lot. We still haven't won the Super Bowl. We still have a lot to do, but you know, we're a Lions team that we can watch and enjoy.
I think the craziest part is looking back. We've gotten so far off topic. This is the last thing I want to say. I think it's just crazy looking back. Like, we talk about all this changes and shit, like the culture changing. I don't like to forget that Dan Campbell was like a month away from like, there's a realistic shot he could have got fired. Like
at 0-6,
he had won like 4. He had won like 4 of almost 30 games. Like,
hey,
they were not fans. They did not.
I know we're off topic, but we can say, us four sitting right here, we went 3-13-1 the first year with Dan, and then the next year we started off 1-6. Awful start. Us five went to that Packers game where they won, and they went on a 5-game winning streak, and that was when everything turned around. We were there. That was when Kirby Joseph had 2 interceptions on this man, Aaron Rodgers.
He had Aaron Rodgers in a fucking torture chamber that season, dude.
I wish we played the Jets this year. I really do.
God,
I wish
we gotta play the Jets before Aaron Rodgers retires, man. We gotta. I guess we can move on to the draft grades if we want, and that can wrap up our draft talk for this week.
Before we pull up the grades, who do you guys think had the best draft? And try not to say the Lions. Like off the top of your head, who do you think had
not the Lions? If the Lions are not an option, I'd say
because I feel like one of us would shoehorn in the Lions.
I think the Eagles had a damn good draft. I think the Vikings had a pretty good draft too. As much as that sucks, because division, but
yeah, that's fair.
I still think Lions are the best team in the North.
Off topic about who had the best,
but I think the gap is closing with every single day.
Did you guys see the Patriots got what's his name? Not only did they get Drake May, but they got Joe Milton, that guy from Tennessee that they drafted him real late. They went from 0 quarterbacks on their roster to 5, which they added.
Hey, Bailey Zappi.
Well,
calm down.
They added back Bailey Zappi.
Calm down. They have fucking slinging Zappy, all right.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
He's good. He might.
Why do you like such mid-white quarterbacks, dude?
He might.
What is it about you and the mid-white quarterback?
He is good. Hear me out. He's gonna beat out Drake May for that job.
He's not.
He's gonna be. People think Brock Purdy is
so high on Drake May too.
He's gonna sit on their practice squad.
I'm already looking at this man, Kenny. He ain't never joining this podcast ever again. He's hearing these takes. He's like, Jesus, ain't no way we're saying Bailey Zappi's gonna be a starter out here.
Johnny's the dumbass of the group.
Be what people think Brock Purdy is.
I don't think we spend too much time on each one, but I think we go through the draft grades and we can each give our opinion on if it's a good draft grade, low or high. So. And just basically, we'll go through there. So,
all right,
Falcons. Obviously, everything that happened.
We're not going in fucking order or anything. Just
whatever it is, it's too high.
They get the Falcons. They get the Falcons a C-.
Okay, actually, that's fair. That's valid.
No, dude.
I was going to give them like a C+.
I was thinking in the D range.
I was thinking like D-, maybe F.
I don't know.
I was thinking so
really
too.
Think it's that bad?
I think so.
I think,
I was definitely in the D range.
I said, I like Penix. I think Penix was like, I thought
I
he
do
could go
too. I do too. I think he's going to
go to the Raiders, and I thought that was going to be a good pick. The problem is with them having Kirk and Penix could be good, but we'll see when he's fucking a member of fucking AARP. So
I thought maybe it was going to be it was going to end up being like an Eli Manning situation where they end up trading him mid draft, but nope, they took Michael Penix. That was the pick.
GM just dumbass. And like I said earlier, it's not that they took Penix, it's that they fucked up the rest of the draft. Is my problem. They should have took fucking Newton in the second round, the 3 technique that they need because they have nobody on the D line. Yeah, that draft was awful. By far the worst.
Yeah, I think it was in the D range too. But Arizona Cardinals obviously went and got probably the best player in the draft, Marvin Harrison Jr. They also got speedy defensive edge, Darius Robinson, and in later rounds, they also went and got underrated corner Max Melton. They gave a grade of an A. I would say A- in that range.
Yeah, I really wanted Robinson.
He was
not only is he a good player, but he's also from Detroit. I thought that was going to be a great fit. Just playing hometown team, that had every storyline you could think of. But yeah, I think the Cardinals had a pretty good draft.
Ravens. I don't. They went and got Nate Wiggins at corner in the first round, decent pick. But really, their biggest steal of the draft was Drake May's number 1 target, Devontae Walker in the 4th round, which was actually a really good pick for them. They got the grade of a B.
You said a B?
Yes.
What team did you say again?
The Ravens.
Yeah,
from Baltimore.
I think the pick of Nate Wiggins alone.
They took my boy Nick Samak in the 7th round. So.
There you go.
Yeah, the Ravens
MSU's draft streak continues.
Bills obviously traded back a lot, but ended up getting Keon Coleman, goated, and not really anything crazy. So they gave him a grade of a B minus. I think that's a little high. Trading back that much and giving
Yeah, they had a weird first round. I mean, their
B
draft
minus, I
ended
feel
up
like is
fine,
high.
but that was a weird sequence of events. They just kept trading back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyway,
they still addressed the need. It would, but like, I don't know. It just was so weird. Like, you might as well
I
have
don't
just
hate
taken Keon, you know? Why'd you trade back?
I don't hate the trade back in itself because like they need a lot now that they fucking released every good player on that roster outside of Josh Allen. So I don't hate that. I would give it like a solid B, but I'm gonna knock it down to a C just because they traded with the fucking Chiefs. What
Yeah.
are you doing? Quit
And
trading.
gave them a 4.21
I was
40-yard
gonna say and gave them one of the fastest receivers in the draft.
Like I know the Bills aren't hot right
Tyreek
now.
Hill officially plays for the Kansas City Chiefs again, y'all.
If Brad would have let the fucking Niners trade up to get somebody that we could have got, like if they would have let him trade up and we stayed pat and they drafted Arnold, I'd be fucking pissed. Like, why are you trading with your fucking rivals? Like, knock that shit off. That's stupid.
Then the Panthers, they didn't have a first round pick, but traded up into the first round. They got a B minus. I mean, I would think CC plus around there. They just, I mean, it wasn't anything flashy.
Somewhere in there though.
Bears, obviously we know what they did. Not only did they get Caleb Williams and Roma Dudesay, but maybe the most important person, they got the best punter in college football.
Yes,
So,
sir.
punters are people too. They gave the Bears an A minus. I guess I that's okay.
That
A minus
was
is fine.
It's kind of like I think it's an A plus for doing what they had. It means they only had fucking 3 or 4 picks. They ended up having only like trading and only getting up 5 picks. I think for only having 5 picks, they did great.
Real quick, who are these grades from?
This is from Fox Sports.
Fox Sports. All right.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome.
Okay. Cincinnati Bengals, they gave them an A. So I don't really recall the Bengals draft that much.
I was gonna say I don't even know if I can name a single player the Bengals took.
They took Amarius Mims, the tackle in the first round, then Chris Jenkins, the defensive tackle in the second round.
That explains a lot.
Wide receiver from Bama in the third. Then a couple tackles, a tight end, a corner, nothing crazy. A little bit of everything actually. Drafted everywhere.
Browns got the grade of a C. Again, nothing stuck out. Any Michigan fans out there, they went and got Zach Zinter pretty late to beat that offensive line. Go green. Cowboys.
Yeah, and you're one player drafted.
Oh, shut up. Shut your mouth.
Hey, still got drafted. That's
hey,
all that matters.
Don't matter.
Still got
respect it.
Wait till next year.
Still got drafted. We still made the tournament. Streaks are alive. We're good.
Wait till next year when Michigan State has 20 players drafted.
All right, let's slow down.
What, through every major sport? including dodgeball.
6 next year.
Now you're telling me you didn't see that Michigan State cricket player get drafted?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Did not, unfortunately.
Cowboys, pretty decent draft. They got a grade of a B.
Yeah.
Trading back with the Lions, nothing. I think that's a little high.
I think the biggest problem with the Cowboys draft, I don't know if you guys saw it, where after day one, Jerry Jones was talking about a running back they really liked, and they were like, he's really high on our board. Something about pick 56, like bringing up their pick, and like he got drafted like fucking 6 spots ahead of them. It's like, why are you talking about what guys you like? Just shut the fuck up and draft. Like, of course he got snagged in front of you, dumbass. Like, what are you doing? But yeah,
everybody.
Well, fucking
Broncos obviously went and grabbed Bo Nix probably pretty early in the draft, but needed quarterback, might as well. They got the grade of a B minus. The only thing I really liked about the Broncos draft was drafting that Oregon receiver really late in the draft, Troy Franklin. He looks like a beast.
Bo Nix is gonna be decent. I get
that. Lions. Obviously, we know what they did. I don't even have to touch on it. The Fox Sports gave me draft grade of a B plus.
Oh,
I think
at least
got
a kicker. It would have been there.
Probably. Packers. Feel like we probably jumped up to steal their player, drafted a tackle that nobody knows in the first round. I feel like Fox Sports giving them a B is a bit generous.
But I got an F.
They drafted what they needed, so it is what it is. Texans, No first round pick. They got the grade of an A minus, but I know they picked up some pretty big players late in the draft.
Amiri Laster is going to be pretty good.
Yeah, he's a dog. Colts got the grade of a C plus. That's actually crazy to me. I think drafting Latu or whatever his name is, that was really good at 15. Didn't even have to move out of their spot. And then not only that, they picked up Adonai Mitchell, which is actually really good. Like he'll be dope. So I think anything lower than a B is actually wild for the Colts.
Yeah, Latu's going to be a dog. That should have gotten made just for that pick alone.
Jaguars, they trade down from 17 to 23, and they still end up getting Brian Thomas. Pretty decent draft. They get an A minus. Chiefs trade up, go get the fastest man in the combine. They get an A minus. Are probably pretty good, especially for what they did. Raiders go and get one of the best athletes in the draft, probably. They also get the best center in the draft at Jackson Powers Johnson, a really good pick. That's why I feel like a B minus is a little low for them. I hear a lot of people complaining about that Brock Bowers pick because they already have they already have Michael Mayer, but I didn't know you couldn't run 2 tight ends on the field. So I forgot people don't know how to play football. So
my buddy who's a Raiders fan, he was very confused by the tight end pick. He was like, I don't hate it, but like I also don't get it. But Brock Bowers is awesome. I think you get him at 13, don't overthink it. Just pick him. Just pick him. Like he's good.
Yeah. Chargers, they went and got Joe Alt, just stayed at their pick, grabbed it. You know, I don't like a Harbaugh, but I agree with instead of going with the flashy Malik Neighbors, you know, you've got to start in the trenches of the team if you're really trying to rebuild it from the bottom. And it really does start with offensive line. So honestly, Joe Alt, we all saw that man in his living room. Bro was like 7'5" in his living room. So like,
Joe Alt might be the tallest human of all time. That
like he was huge. So I don't like Harbaugh, but I really agree with the pick on Joe Alt. Take what you need. And then they honestly went and got Lad McConkey or whatever his name is. That's pretty good. And Junior Colson. So they actually Junior Colson is the caller, but whatever. They gave a grade of an A minus. I think that's fair. Rams, they got a B. Had a first round pick for the first time since what, like 2004?
Since Jared Goff.
Yeah, that's crazy. Dolphins got an A minus. They went and grabbed a Chop Robinson, another edge rusher, even though they have Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb. So interesting pick. A minus is, I feel like, a little much. Vikings, as much as we don't like him, he went and got McCarthy, stayed, didn't have to trade, and went and got one of the best defense players. They get an A. That's fair enough. Patriots get Drake May. They build just some stuff later in the draft. They get a B plus. The Saints, they get Kool-Aid McKinstry, and that's obviously a good corner for them. And they also get Spencer Rattler really late in the draft. And a lot of people really like that pick. A lot of people are saying that pick could really work out in their favor. I only hope it doesn't, just because about 3 years ago, this man Donnie would not get off the dick of Spencer Rattler. So
Spencer Rattler,
bro, he wanted him to be the quarterback at OU over Caleb Williams. I remember.
No, never said that.
Yes,
never
you did.
No,
yes, you did.
No.
You said he should not have been benched.
No.
And now Caleb Williams was the first overall pick.
That is revisionist history. I never said that. I said Spencer Rattler's a dog. That's all I said.
Yeah, that ain't the full story.
I'm glad one of them transferred out because Spencer's a dog and he deserves
to
start.
Transferred out. What are we talking about?
I know. Yeah, I said at least one. So
just not one of them did.
At least one of them had to.
Giants don't go quarterback; they go Malik Neighbors. Still a great player, but you got to wonder, is Daniel Jones really the guy? They get a B. It's not bad. Jets go get another tackle, pretty good. They also get a B, not bad.
They also
gotta injure Rodgers in only 7 plays instead of 3 this time. Eagles go get Cooper Dejan, and then they also get Quinion Mitchell. So they get 2 top corners. Slay obviously getting up there in age, Bradbury getting up there in age. They get CJ Gardner-Johnson back, so they really are trying to build this defense back up. A minus. Great for them. Steelers, they they had a pretty good draft. They get, Roman Wilson late. They get a good amount of people, and they are the only person so far that have got an A+ in their draft grade.
Peyton Wilson, the linebacker from NC State, they said he would have been like a top pick, but he ended up tearing an ACL.
Yeah.
So he could end up being a steal. They got him in the 3rd round, so
he'll be good.
That could end up being awesome too.
49ers, they get the only thing that confused me about them was that Ricky Parcells pick. I mean, he might be good, but that was kind of wild to me. But B- grade for them. Seahawks, they get a B. Bucks, they get a B+. The Titans get a B-. They go grab JC Latham at 7. It was an okay pick. Commanders, actually, in my opinion, had a pretty good draft. Not a Michigan fan at all, but I'm one to admit that Mike Sainristil is a dog, and they went and grabbed him in the 2nd round. Also getting Jaden Daniels, they get a B+. I would have put them A- range, but that's fine.
That feels really high to me. I think they had a very.
I think because you don't like Jaden Daniels. We know this. You are biased as hell towards that.
Not even Jaden Daniels. Then they draft Newton.
They got Jaden Daniels. They got Illinois' Jerzon.
I think
he was like a 1st-round selection D tackle. They got him in the 2nd. That was great value in the 2nd round. Jerzon Newton. He was a dog.
I agree that's great value.
Then they get Mike.
They have 2 great defensive tackles. They didn't need another one. And the only thing I don't like about them picking Jaden Daniels is you pick him over Drake May.
Yes.
I don't think Jaden Daniels is going to be. I don't know. Drake May is better. 100%.
I think Commanders should have had 100%. That is all the teams. So it was a good draft. So, but the only people I think Commanders definitely should have had plus my line.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah. I think most of those were fair.
Gonna be awesome.
I'm like crazy, like what the hell are we doing type of stuff. But all right. Do we want to touch on the uniforms, or do you think the moment is like way past? We didn't get to talk about them last episode.
Just show me what you're wearing there, Colin.
Get up.
Yeah, do a 360.
That shit does look fire. I can't wait to get one.
I know they're sweet. They're sweet.
Get up, Tom, get up.
No.
Get up. Get up right now.
No.
Show it off.
He said, "Nuh-uh."
No.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, so obviously Lions got new uniforms. Donnie's a fucking hater and hates the black ones, but
I don't fuck.
I think I was like you. I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Everyone right now, hold up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways, or thumbs up if depending on the jerseys. Thinking right here.
All of the jerseys?
Yes.
I'm like there.
Oh, fuck you.
Well, that wasn't an option, but thank you.
This is thumbs down.
I think they're great. I think they're great. I would take the Detroit off of the road jersey. I just think it looks out of place. But
basically, I just said pick a number 2 or 3.
Knowing the like thought behind that of like, we're taking Detroit on the road with us and like representing the city. I like having it. I wish it was maybe a little bit smaller. It just looks weird. Like
it looks
I don't
like
know.
high school jersey-esque.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe if they had made it smaller, I would like it a little bit more. It's just like even like the Lions on the black jersey, I feel like is just a little too big.
Can we talk about something real quick? Can we talk about how the NFL is becoming completely soft and now they're allowing these
yes. We should talk about the Guardian caps because I think that's dumb. I think this is an instance of they made the rule change, but I don't think that many guys are going to do it.
I hope
not. I think 90% of guys aren't even going to do it.
I think they're going to
do it. They're going to get booed mercilessly. And
time out.
Kind of.
I think they're going to make this a thing 5 years down the road, and this is their way of rolling it out.
I don't.
This is what's going to happen.
I said this about like the hip drop tackle is like football is a violent sport. Like you're not going to protect your players 100%. And like, yes, we should be taking safeguards to like prevent the things we can prevent. But eventually, like some things are just a reality with playing the sport. Yes. And concussions are unfortunately
why do you think you're playing these guys hundreds of millions of dollars?
I'd be interested to see, and I don't know off the top of my head because obviously I haven't done the research, but I'd be interested to see with a lot of the newer helmets that have come out, how that is reducing like helmet or head injuries because like the Riddell Axiom, the newer Visus helmets, those are all supposed to be like the safest helmets of all time. So
Yeah.
I'm just kind of interested, like how much those are like helping, because like, do we really need the Guardian caps? And like, what's the point of even having a helmet design if it's just going to get covered up by the Guardian cap? Like, what are we doing?
Like, I don't know. I guess I have a couple of things to say. The fucking
Got to change that
like the
Browns
thing
logo
with
one more time,
helmets,
apparently.
it doesn't matter like how new helmets get. It's like the same, like people have been saying it for like a decade now, ever since like they keep updating the helmets. You can only eventually have so good of a helmet. Eventually, it doesn't matter how good the helmet is, because the problem with concussions and shit isn't the helmet, it's the brain inside your head.
Right.
That's the problem with it. So there's that. I think this like the safety discussions prove how like not only how divided some fans are, but like how just like there's some football fans that are fucking clueless. I'm not even gonna like, you can't sugarcoat it, because somebody in a comment thread, when I said it in defense, I was going through the comments seeing what they said. And this fucking one person said, the Guardian caps, like, can't they find a way? Like, isn't there an alternative to be like inside the helmet? I don't know if you guys know this. All the fucking Guardian cap is air bubbles. And you know what's inside your fucking helmet? Air bubbles, dude. That's all they fucking are. I was literally like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. How little of football do you know?
Bro had to be trolling. He had to be trolling. There's
I don't think he was. I really do not think he was.
There's no way. I mean,
because I was like, you're a fucking buffoon. Like, how?
Like, doing it in practice.
You
I
didn't
don't
comment
give a
that
shit.
though.
Like,
You didn't
because like
comment that.
college
though.
players all wear it in practice and stuff, and I know a lot of like the linemen
think
and stuff. I think
preseason
it's required to in NFL practices, but like in game, like, come on, and like especially making it optional. Like, what's the point? How many guys are really going to be doing that?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know.
I don't know how you guys feel about them, period. I like them in practice, training camp, and even preseason games. Like, I'm in favor of all that. But once like the product matters and like it's real, take that shit off. Like, what the fuck?
Just think about like
all the big moments in history.
I was gonna say big moments in history, like
David Tyree pinning it to a fucking Guardian cap.
I was gonna say, I was trying to think of an example, like a big like Super Bowl winning play. Like, it's so dumb. I get it. I get like wanting to limit it, but like,
you can only
at a certain point, you can only limit it so much before it's just the way the sport is, and like it's the risk you're taking playing the sport.
Everybody's gonna look like Megamind out there.
I know, and they're gonna look so stupid.
I honestly, this is gonna sound kind of fucked up. I feel really bad for older, like pre-2000s football players, because think about it, they got paid literally a fucking tenth of what these guys are getting paid now, less than that, and they had
no protections.
None.
No
so
protections.
These guys now are not only getting protected like they've never got protected in their entire life, and they're getting paid. They're literally mega millionaires. Like it's like, dude, you imagine like how Emmitt Smith feels. He got his ass beat, and his highest contract was literally probably $1.5 million per year. And fucking look at what's happening now. It's like, damn, I would be so pissed if I'm an old head football player.
Like even more recently than that, like Calvin Johnson, a big reason he retired, in addition to how much the Lions lost while he was a player, but he talked about like how his body was just like dead. Like he just couldn't play anymore, dude. Like he had like arthritis while he was playing because of the way that, the damage that their bodies were taking. And like that wasn't even that long ago. So like the last couple of years have been crazy. It would have already played at this point.
No, you got to plug it in after that, editor.
I'll just do 2.
2 intros, yes. Let's go.
I think I found out why we don't have subscribers.
So, obviously, Caleb Williams was the first quarterback drafted this year in the draft. We're going to be going over the last 10 years of first quarterbacks drafted. So from 2023 draft all the way to 2014, who was the first quarterback drafted in each draft class.
I think you
All
messed
right.
I'm
me,
gonna
dude.
pick
Me and
you go
Donnie are
first.
draft
I haven't
gurus.
won.
Yeah.
I'm going first. So fuck you.
No, I think
Well,
Kenny's a guest. Kenny should go first.
Kenny, lead us
So
off.
I should go first. So the first quarterback in 2023, who was it last year? Oh, it was. Why am I blanking on it? Wow.
I could see why you're friends with Colin.
Is it Drew Brees?
Who was drafted one last
Yes.
No, literally,
Are we phoning a
this is
friend?
my thought. This
Are we
is
phoning a
my
friend?
this is my thought process right now. I'm like, which one was taken first?
year? Who was one last year?
This is crazy.
The Texans. Who was it?
We'll do Kenny and then our normal order, Colin, me, and then Donnie.
Yeah.
Why the fuck am I last?
Fuck you. That's why.
Fuck you, Colin. Fucking why don't you look up the answers?
Bad.
He's
Bitch
already
gave
got-
me permission.
Who was it?
You can go another year. You don't have to
I would
do
say you don't have
Yeah,
to
but
do
it
last
doesn't have
year's.
to be in order.
If
It
you,
Oh, it
if
doesn't
you know,
have to be
no,
last-
no, no. If you know
No.
any of the years, you
Oh,
can
okay.
just shout it
Trevor
out.
Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence in 2021 off the board.
All right, Colin. Drew Brees sitting right there on a tee for you.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yeah. So last year it was CJ Stroud, wasn't it?
It was not CJ
Oh,
Stroud.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my
Got you
God,
back.
Marshall, me and you were like staring through a hole at the screen at each other, like, what the fuck?
Bro,
All right.
the Falcons just drafted Michael Penix again. What just happened? Oh my gosh. I was
Marshall,
Do I
like,
have
you-
it flipped? I think I have it
Marshall,
flipped.
it's
Can you
Bryce
say the most
Young.
overrated quarterback?
Okay.
Yes,
See,
most
I kept
overrated.
going back and
Yep.
forth, and I think Kenny was doing the same thing. We were going back
Also-
and forth on which one was actually the
Also,
first
Dallas,
overall
I hate
pick.
to make you repeat yourself, but what year are we going back till? What's the farthest?
Till
2014.
2014.
2014. Okay.
Yep, last 10 years.
Okay.
All right. 2014. Let's go, Jared Goff.
Jared Goff, 2016.
You're a
Num-
whore.
I was
Number
super
one
confused.
quarterback.
You said
You're a whore.
I didn't think you were
Shut
going
up.
to take
That's
that
Tom
one. That was
Brady.
gonna
The
be
way
my
you
next
said
guess.
that
Yes,
confused the
Tom
shit out of
Brady
me.
next, you fucking bitch. Shut up.
The way you said that was so confusing because you were like 2014 Jared
Give
Goff. I
me,
was like,
give me
what?
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh shit! It wasn't my turn. That was
skip-
Kenny's turn, but it's
We
fine.
skip
Kenny can go now.
What a fucking
I'm
scumbag.
used to the normal
Wrong
order.
guess.
I'm sorry.
What is
Kenny,
you,
you're
Don't
good.
buddy.
Am I up?
Yeah,
Yep, you're up, Kenny.
And then we'll
Kenny
skip me.
Pickett. Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett, unfortunately, 2022.
Hey,
He
that's
should
not
have been.
fair.
Should
He
not
should
have
have
been. Should not
He
have been
should-
drafted, but
Best
hey,
quarterback
here
in
we
that
are.
class by a mile.
Give me Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, 2020.
Give me.
No, it's Don Julio's
Oh.
turn. Then you're up.
Are never mind. See, 2014. Trying to think. Let me get Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston, 2015.
Now you're up, Kenny.
Back to you, Kenny.
Robert Griffin III.
No, RG3 was not the quarterback one. And I
Too
think
far.
that might have been 2013.
That was
That's
too.
12.
That was too
Are we
early.
going? Are we
Yep.
going quarterback one or just first overall pick?
The
Quarterback one.
Quarterback one. You think Kenny Pickett was the number one overall pick, Donnie? Just
No,
curious.
well, that's why I was. That's why he gets it. Oh.
Colin, you're up.
Did we say Deshaun Watson yet?
We did not.
No.
Is it Deshaun Watson?
No.
It is not.
It is not Deshaun Watson that year.
It is not
No.
Deshaun Watson.
Not close.
It was Mitch Trubisky.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
2017.
God damn it!
Alan, you
the
are the
Bears.
worst person at trivia ever. I fucking swear.
I just draft classes fuck me up.
Yeah, apparently.
To be fair, me and Donnie have
Apparently
said a
asking you a
million
question
times.
fucked you up.
Me and Donnie have spent hours talking about drafts, like previous drafts before.
Yeah.
Was it?
All right. What years are left?
What is left is 2019 and 2014.
2019.
Oh
is gonna
well,
be-
then duh.
So
I don't
Joe
even guess
Burrow.
Deshaun
Who was the year
Watson.
before Joe Burrow?
2019 is Kyler.
That
Yeah.
is correct. Kyler Murray. All that's left is 2014. Kenny,
This
send
one
us
don't-
home. Send us
like-
home.
Can I have a hint?
It was a 2014 draft.
It's a QB.
Yeah.
It is a quarterback from the 2014 draft class.
We all got to get one before we get
not current. Not I don't even know if he's in the league right now. To be honest,
I know who it
Sam
is.
Bradford? No, that's way.
Oh, Sam Bradford's way
2010.
earlier than that.
Yeah, it was way earlier.
I know who it is. I'm waiting it to make it to me. But I'm not worried about Colin. So
You're about to get a hot pass from me.
yeah, he is currently not in the league.
Marshall?
oh, Colin, you didn't get it. You're just skipping.
I think I'm just gonna skip. There's no point.
2014 Jaguars legend Blake Bortles.
That
Blake
is
Bortles?
correct. First quarterback off the board.
Same draft as Johnny Manziel.
Like number 2 or number 3 overall. Like Blake Bortles was kind of a dog.
Why
He
the
was.
fuck did
And
anyone take
Also
Blake
forgot
Bortles
Bortles
over
was
Johnny Football? What the fuck?
Bro,
Blake-
Johnny Football was barely a first rounder.
Yeah, Johnny. It
What
was
the
the only reason
fuck?
Johnny Football was more
Forget everybody hated that man in the pre-draft process.
Yeah,
That's
Johnny
true.
Manziel. No
Literally
one-
everybody hated that man.
But he
Bro,
was good, dude. He was
Everybody thought he was going to
good.
be the Cowboys at like pick 20.
Blake
And they
Bortles was actually really good in college.
This is true.
Yeah.
Which school where did he go to school?
UCF.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Blake
Yeah.
Bortles was a dog for a year, dude. I'm telling you.
What's next?
Wait, does that mean
I thought it was either going to be I kind of forgot it was Blake Bortles' year. For some reason I was thinking EJ Manuel. But I think that was the 2015 class and he was like a second round pick.
That was 2013. It is EJ Manuel.
2013 wasn't EJ Manuel, that's Geno
Yeah,
Smith.
it was. No, it was EJ Manuel.
Oh, we played USF.
2013?
Never mind.
Yeah,
UCF.
2013. The first quarterback taken. I'm pretty sure it was EJ Manuel. Remember
I
that was
think-
the that was the terrible quarterback class.
I know it was. It was awful. Because I was thinking first overall picks, and I was like, Eric Fisher, before I realized it was quarterbacks. And I was like, no, that was a 2013 class because that class was fucking awful.
All right.
I'm pretty sure it's Geno. Because he went top of the second.
It is time to spin the wheel of years for this
Unfortunately.
trivia. We will be tallying points for every correct answer.
Wait, did I win that trivia?
There weren't
What?
points.
The last one was just everyone going. There was no
There weren't
points.
points.
Well,
for
that's
that.
good.
It's only the wheel spins I count points for.
All right, well, here goes my streak.
Sticky
We are going to spin the year of wheels starting from 2009 to 2023. And then based off of that year, we're going to spin a wheel for the topic, and then we will figure out what the trivia is based off of. So we're going to spin the wheel right now for years. And the year is 2010.
Ooh.
2010. And then the topic of today's trivia, spinning the wheel right now. Receiving yards leaders for 2010. So give me 1 second to so, this man Colin shrunk.
I'm sure you were right. It was EJ Manuel.
I thought so. To be fair, you had me guessing myself. I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Well, I was going through the draft list and I didn't see EJ Manuel at first, and then I saw Geno Smith, and then I scrolled down a little bit farther, and it was there was another quarterback, and I was like, wait, he definitely didn't go ahead of EJ Manuel.
I'm not gonna lie. 2010 was before I even really understood the rules of football or
Yeah,
cared
we
about
might
football.
get 4 players.
So,
rules of football. The rules of football.
I
don't even know what a
fear I may
football
need some
was.
assists on this one.
Bro was out here fucking thinking it was soccer at first.
I mean, I understood you have 4 attempts to get a first down and put the ball in the end zone, it's a touchdown. But outside of that, I could not tell you a damn thing about football when I was 10.
I remember being in middle school playing football, and that was the first time I ever really cared about football.
Back then the only football I watched was MSU when my parents watched it, and then I would watch the Lions on Thanksgiving, and I would watch the Super Bowl. That was it. That was all the football I would
top
watch.
10, Dallas?
This is top 10 receiving yards leader for 2010. Kenny, you are the guest. We're going to start off with you.
Bro Owens.
Terrell Owens. Not in the top 10.
Chad Johnson.
I was going to say that was missing.
Chad Johnson. Not in the top 10.
Fuck.
We're off to a hot start.
That's my one guess.
We're burning right now.
I'm gonna try and go with a safe pick, and if he ain't up here, I'm pissed. Larry Fitz.
Larry Fitz at number 8. Marshall on the
Ooh.
board.
That's a low.
I have somebody in mind, but I'm really after that fucking stellar start by you guys. I kind of want to save it because I don't think you guys are gonna remember this name. 2010.
Fun fact: Terrell Owens did not even eclipse 1,000 yards that year.
Really?
Yep.
Well, you gotta think that was the time he was like missing games and shit too. So, okay, I'll just rip the one I think now. Give me Rodney White for the Falcons.
Ooh,
Roddy White at number 2 with 1389.
That is a really good
You guys
pull. That
remember that name, so I wanted to save it, but
that's literally exactly the year before Julio got there, so that's a pull.
2 years before Julio got there, he went.
Kenny, back to you.
Julio went in 2011.
Randy Moss.
2011.
Randy Moss. Not on the list, unfortunately.
I don't think he's on there, but I got to throw out the names of people I know were playing back then. Calvin
at number 9.
Let's fucking go. We're on the board.
Let's go.
You look it up, Donnie?
I'm not there yet. Hey, he started playing in. Wait, what year did I say?
You said 2012.
Oh, my bad.
What? So he went Calvin.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got Roddy White, Larry Fitz, and Calvin.
Yep.
I got 2 names in mind. I'm trying to think of. I'll go Reggie Wayne.
Number 3 is Reggie Wayne.
Oh, who's number 1?
1,355 yards.
I feel like I'm going to be like a year off on this one. Give me Andre Johnson for the Texans.
Number 6.
That was my other
Andre Johnson.
Give me Wes Welker.
No, I'm not going to give you Wes Welker, Kenny.
Actually, I thought, I'm not going to lie, I thought he might have been right.
This one, sneaky, Greg Jennings. I put the team on my back, though.
That's a good guess.
That's a good one.
Greg Jennings is in the top 10.
Let's fucking go.
That's the year they won the
All right,
Super
I got
Bowl.
my two. I'm happy with my performance today. I think
he was number 4.
Really? I thought he was going to sneak in there.
That was the year they won the Super Bowl. He went off.
Oh, I guess he would have been, yeah.
Shit.
I was thinking the year before when it was Saints Colts.
Andre Johnson was my other guess. Let me see if my boy snuck in there this year. Deshaun Jackson.
He did not sneak in there, Marshall.
Can you tell me how close he was?
Number 12.
Damn it.
Damn, that is close. Okay. How many spots we got left?
We are missing number 1, number 5, number 7, and number 10.
1, 5, 7, 10. Okay. Damn, 2010.
1.
I feel like one of them's got to be a Steeler too. Did we already say a Steeler?
We did not. No.
I feel like one of them's a Steeler because they were also in the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, but the problem with that is there was like 2 to 3 good Steelers receivers at that time.
True.
Damn. 2010.
That's tough. Who else was
This might
good
be
that year?
This might be the toughest one yet, honestly.
Who else was good that
Yeah,
year?
because
Who even was?
Who what? This was Packers Steelers year.
Yeah, this is the Packers Steelers year. I remember watching that Super Bowl, one of 3 games I watched all year.
Oh, buddy.
That's wild. I'll guess a Steeler. I'm not real confident though. Hines Ward up there.
Not Hines Ward.
And I'm pretty confident.
That's who I was trying to.
I'm pretty confident there's not a Steeler up there then.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Kenny, can we get on the board?
This one's way out of left field, but I'm going to take a guess. Antonio Gates.
I don't mind the guess.
Oh,
He's not on there though.
damn.
Oh wow!
I was thinking
That was a sneaky guess.
You actually
That
just
was a
opened up-
sneaky guess.
That was a sneak. I was sitting there thinking, like, you guys are
I didn't
naming
even think
the name
about
I was-
Antonio Gates.
If it was
Fuck.
touchdowns, he would have definitely been on there because I thought
Uh-huh.
of Antonio Gates as well.
Yeah,
I will
just not
say
yards.
the number one tight end in receiving yards was Jason Witten at 17.
Ooh.
Colin, you got a guess?
Colin, to you. To take the lead here, actually.
Damn, really?
Yep.
Oh fuck,
Well,
I gotta lock in. All right, because see, now I'm balancing, like, I already didn't know a lot of people, and now I gotta balance like who we've already said versus like the list of people that I know in my brain.
That's a fucking person, Colin. God. Bro's trying to do math. Just
Son of a
fucking
bitch, Colin. Just you're not gonna.
Bro's trying to I'm trying to balance in my head who I already said. Like, fuck, Colin, it's not that pressing, bro. Just guess.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because y'all are gonna flame me if I get it wrong.
I got two
Yeah, we're
guesses.
not gonna flame you the first one you get wrong. Don't worry.
I got two confident guesses, but I don't know if they're up there.
I put all my equity into Roddy White. I should not.
At what point do we just start naming players because we barely know one else?
Who else do we have? So we need
We're-
number one.
We're
1, 5,
missing
7, 9.
we're missing 1, we're missing 5, 7, and 10.
Okay.
I'll give somebody 3 points if they guess number 1, honestly.
It can't be that.
Really?
I feel
Honestly.
like 2010 is way too late, but maybe it would have been the tail end of his career. Marvin Harrison's not. He would have not have been playing at that point, was he?
Not on the list. I don't think he was playing.
I'm gonna look it
honestly.
up because
I
I
think
think
he
he
was-
might have been retired by then.
Bro, he just got drafted.
Shut the fuck up.
Did somebody already-
I'm gonna go with someone I watched a lot. I was a big Saints fan growing up. Is Marquise Colston on there?
He is not. That is a
That's a
decent
good guess. That's a good guess because that was when Drew Brees was putting up like $5,000 a year for fucking just the Saints were going
Okay.
6. Saints had 6 wins. Drew Brees 5,000 yards every year.
Yeah, literally.
Donnie for the
Oh,
lead.
Marvin Harrison retired in 2008.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and look up the entire list while you're on Google.
You know, I might as well.
Honestly,
I mean,
we could
let's
just start
do it.
naming players. Like we just start going on.
Let me
line.
have my guess. Let me have my.
Okay.
Are there any running backs on this list?
There's not, no.
No.
Is there any
Just
O
want-
linemen?
Bro, when LT was in the league back then, you
Yes.
don't want to fucking guess. Fuck, this is actually kind of hard.
I have a
I feel,
guess.
I feel like he's not on there, especially with Greg Dennings. Was Jordy Nelson on there?
No, he was not.
No. I thought about it, but
Only room for one
No.
pack.
Do we just want to start going on a line?
yeah, we can just start going.
Maybe say Greg Jennings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I said
Greg Jennings was
Greg
4.
Jennings.
Can I? This one's. I'm really confident. I hope he's on there. I'll be disappointed if he's not. Brandon Marshall.
Oh,
Ooh.
Not Brandon
What?
Marshall.
Damn.
Oh,
I
such a
thought
good
that was a good pull.
Bro, I thought
Damn,
that
this
was.
one
I
is
didn't
so
think he won.
tough, dude.
Brandon Marshall was 16.
Fuck.
Oh, Steve Smith, was he on there?
Oh.
He was not. No, he
That was,
wasn't.
that was before Cam got there.
Yeah.
That's when their offense literally scored like 20 touchdowns the year before.
What about all right? If D-Jax wasn't up there, what about Jeremy Maclin?
He was not up there. No.
Damn it.
This is gonna be a fucking crazy one, and I'm gonna mispronounce his name. Was it TJ Houshmandzadeh for the Bengals?
No, it was not.
Wait, hold on.
I was thinking that could have been number 1, and you would have been like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, it's not. You said there was not another tight end.
Correct.
Oh,
Nope.
what
It was
about,
all wide receivers?
What about Miles Austin?
Number 14, Marshall. You're getting closer.
Damn, dude, you're getting all of the top 15, dude.
Yeah, if it was top 15, I'd be raking it in.
Fuck, dude.
I can't believe Miles Austin was ever that high. Holy fuck, that's crazy.
All he needed back then was 1,000 yards.
Yeah, that's fair.
This would have been right before that second Giants Pats Super Bowl. This would have been the year before,
fuck.
right?
Oh, wait.
Is
Victor
there a
Cruz.
giant or a
No Victor
no,
Cruz.
Victor Cruz wasn't even drafted.
What's the other
yet.
one? What's the other guy's name? It's fucking
Mario Manningham.
Not Mario Manningham.
I was thinking his last name was.
Is one of these players a giant?
No.
Damn.
It's not either of those two. There's no shot.
What about a Patriot?
No Patriots.
I've run out of teams that I thought were good in the 2010s.
I know.
I'm just
I'm
going
like,
through teams.
It's gonna be some like garbage
Here-
team that had
here-
one
okay.
guy that went off. It's what it is.
No one,
I mean-
no one jump in and answer me. But there is a Steeler out there, isn't there?
There is.
Ooh.
It's
Antoine
There
Randall.
had to have been.
no, it's
Nope.
it's
Heinz
Mike
Ward.
Wallace.
Mike Wallace.
Yes.
At number 5. Number 5, Mike Wallace.
I was about to say, bro, there's gotta be a Steeler.
Who the fuck
Marshall
is
grabs
Mike
the lead.
Wallace?
I thought it was gonna be fucking Emmanuel Sanders before Mike Wallace.
Who the fuck is Mike Wallace?
Mike Wallace, 1,257 yards with 10 touchdowns.
Top
Damn,
5. That's
dude.
crazy.
So we have 1, 7, 10.
We have 1, 7, and 10.
Fucking Christ, this is gonna be the death of me.
Kenny, if you sweep this, you could tie for first.
What about Johnny Knox?
I like the guess. Not Johnny Knox. He's 21.
Johnny Knox would have been crazy, Paul.
That would have been crazy.
That would have been.
Can I get a Billy Cannon?
Yes,
You
you
always gotta put it
cannot.
out there. Who's gonna guess Jim Otto and fucking Jim Brown?
Listen, I gotta try.
I still have the offer for 3 points for the number 1 pick.
Number one's gotta be fucking. He's gotta be gettable.
He's
He's
gotta
gotta
be.
be.
But it's gonna be some crazy ass guy. Otherwise, why the hell is he
It's
worth
someone
3
we
points?
heard of.
Never mind.
It's someone we've heard of. I guarantee I know this motherfucker's name.
Oh, I guarantee we know probably all the motherfuckers on this list.
Number 1.
Is he a Jag?
Number 1 is not a Jag.
Okay.
Let's
I'm trying to
come
think
up-
of like a random team that would have been like mid as fuck that year or even
How about
bad.
this? How about this? Give us one of the teams for one of the 3. Just don't tell us which one. Just give us one of the teams.
Ooh. I feel like if I give you the teams for 7 and 10, you might know who it is.
Are they in the same team?
They're not on the same team. But if I give you the number 1 team, I don't think you'll still get it.
All right, give us the number
Give
1
it.
then.
Yeah, give it.
Denver.
Oh fuck, you're right.
Is it Demarius? It's not Demarius Thomas.
Nope.
No, it's Brandon Lloyd.
Holy shit, it's Brandon Lloyd.
Oh.
Marshall with a pull.
Bro.
It basically
would've
wins.
got that.
He
Okay,
basically
that
won
locks it up. Who's
You-
give us
you
give us
just-
the last 2?
I don't know why, but you said the team, and I
That's
fucking-
not impossible. I remember Brandon Lloyd on fucking Madden.
Yeah, that one's not bad.
That's all I got, Greg
you
Jennings.
said
Donnie, would
Denver.
you have thought he would have ever led the league in receiving yards?
No, but
Bro, I
this is
would have
wild.
never thought. I forgot Johnny Knox existed. Okay, can we? I don't know who the fuck number 1.
All right, so
would've been.
who's
Only reason
7
I-
and 10?
Only
I'll-
reason. Hold on, real quick. Only
I'll-
reason I
I'll
remember.
give you.
Does
Oh, go ahead,
anyone
Marshall.
remember the clip of Johnny Knox getting folded in half like a lawn chair, like when he played?
Yeah, I
like,
think I've seen that clip.
Yeah.
I think
But
so.
Brandon Lloyd, you just said Denver, and I collected a lot of football cards as a kid. I'm pretty sure I had his rookie card, so I'm gonna go find it now.
It ain't worth shit. Anyways,
Hey,
number 7.
he led the league in receiving yards 1 year.
No
It's gotta be
shit.
worth
He
something.
did.
Hey, put respect on the 2010 receiving yards leader.
Who's
The
even
player-
Denver's quarterback?
The player at number 7
Oh,
played
fuck.
for Kansas
Ow.
City.
Wait, what'd you
Kansas
say?
City?
He played
This
for
is
Kansas
fucking-
City.
I feel like this is harder than Brandon Lloyd.
What's the number 10?
10 played for Washington.
Oh, Royal.
Nope.
Not. Fuck. I know.
Oh,
the
Washington.
Is
It's
it
it's,
Santana Moss?
Santana Moss for
that was on the tip
Washington.
of my tongue. Good shit.
And
I remember
then
because I played as RG3 in Madden when he was a rookie. And I thought
Chiefs is,
Santana Moss had, like, 70 touchdowns.
Chiefs is what's his fucking name?
yep. He was a dog too.
Yeah,
This
and,
one-
no, Chiefs is fucking. It's on the tip. Dwayne Bowe.
Dwayne Bowe for
Oh
the Chiefs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He was a
I
dog.
was trying to think. I was like, I can't name a single Chiefs receiver before Tyreek Hill.
Fuck,
But yeah,
2010 was wild.
Bro,
One of the wildest trivias ever.
How was
that was a
Dwayne Bowe
tough
on
one,
this?
dude.
That
That was
was
good.
tough.
That was
Bro,
good.
how was Dwayne Bowe on this list? Remember, like 2-3 years after this, like 2013, when the Chiefs wide receivers had 0 touchdown catches for an entire year? Do you guys remember that?
Do we want to do another wheel spin, or we want
He had
to end it
15
there?
touchdowns that year, by the way.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Hold on, I want to look.
Do we want to do another
Yeah,
wheel
let's
spin?
do another one. Let's do another 2010 year.
No.
I mean,
This is a
it's
great
random.
year.
It's
This is a
random.
good year.
Maybe let's do a top 5 for time.
I got you.
Best part is Dallas doesn't even have to pull these out of the rotation because we could do this 2 months from now. 2010's receiving yards later. All of us had no fucking idea.
All right. So the year.
I'm gonna start rewatching
Damn.
trivia.
So I was
segments just in
curious
case he
on just
starts
like
pulling them up again.
I was just curious because honestly I
I'll get
forgot
all
most of
10.
I was just curious because I forgot most of the people Dallas said. I wanted to look up just the list. This man Brandon Lloyd did that on 77 receptions compared to
What?
115, 111, 80 for fourth place, 79. Like, bro had maybe the least receptions with the most yards. He had 15, almost 1,500 yards. That's insane. 11
crazy.
touchdowns.
That's like 20 yards a catch over that.
That's insane.
Crazy.
Dang it, I got to respin the trivia topics.
Damn,
Why?
Deshaun Jackson was at 12 with 47 receptions.
It was a 2010 one again.
Oh.
Landed on receiving yards.
No, it was the topic itself. It wasn't
Maybe
good.
Deshaun Jackson was a fucking dog.
Yeah, maybe. What are we
No,
doing?
Marshall, I know you'll fucking enjoy this. Did you see Xavier Worthy there for the Chiefs, the one they just drafted? He has like the exact same measurables as Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun, yeah. I hope that if he plays like that, hey, Patrick's got the arm. Also, who the fuck is Steve Johnson?
For the Bills. That's who I was trying. That's one of the guesses I was
He's
thinking.
number 11.
Yeah.
All right.
I couldn't
Well,
remember.
I'll get rid of that. Get ready for this next wild 2010 trivia.
So the year is 2019.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck. Okay.
I hate this shit.
Why?
NFL passing leaders.
Here we go.
We can do top 10.
We can do a top 10.
We
Hopefully.
can
Yeah,
do
we'll
top
fly
10 if
through
it's 2019.
Jameis Winston.
Who? I was gonna say-
Number 1, Jameis Winston.
Hey,
Kenny finally
top
on the
of the
board.
board.
Wasn't that the year he had
Damn,
like
Kenny!
30
This fucking
touchdowns and
Kenny!
20 interceptions or
The
some shit like that?
ESPN 30 for 30
I was like, this
on
is
Jameis
30 for
Winston.
30.
Yep.
That was damn, Kenny. That was fucking. That man.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Exactly
That was a
what
good one.
was.
5,000
That was
yards.
if he didn't get that now, that was gonna be the sneaky guy at the end that we couldn't think of.
Oh, 100%. There's so many quarterbacks.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking a year ahead though.
What's the year? 2019?
2019. So that would have
Just throw a
been
dart.
People
and
started retiring too. Like, come on,
Yeah.
you have so many options.
What number was Jameis?
1.
Number
Yeah,
one.
Jameis was number 1. Jameis was number 1. Shit, man.
Just
Let me get Stafford.
Who's shit, man?
Why the fuck would Stafford be
Stafford
in the
was
top
hurt
10?
this year, Colin.
That was the year he got hurt? No, it was. Fuck.
Even I wasn't gonna guess.
Well,
Matthew
my
Stafford.
turn's up. Let me get his replacement, Jared Goff.
Jared Goff, number 3 in
Ah,
passing
I was thinking
yards.
Who won the receiving one? I never even asked.
2019, this should be a fucking when Big Ben was slinging it. Give me Big Ben.
Nope. Big Ben was not slinging it.
Really?
He
No,
was slinging something.
Big Ben towards
Jesus.
at the end, Big Ben was throwing for like 5,000 yards a fucking year, dude. Come on.
No Big Ben.
No Big Ben.
Kenny, to you.
Give me Tom Brady.
Obvious pick, number 7.
They're just running away with this one.
Brady.
This one's Kenny's for sure. Colin, back to you.
Shit, I just had a guy. Fuck.
God damn it, Colin.
No, I literally did. What the
He's
fuck?
so
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz at number 9. Colin on the board.
Here we go.
Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes at 10.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Number 11. Tough one.
What?
Oh,
Did he
fucking
win the
loser.
MVP this year?
Tough one.
Hey, Colin.
Drew
Go fuck
Brees.
yourself, Colin. Go guess fucking Matt Stafford again when he only played like 6 games, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, I forgot that was the year he got hurt.
Yeah, I forgot.
No Drew Brees.
That was gonna be my next guess.
Jeez, Colin.
No, I'm trying to think. Relax. Fuck off.
No.
Colin stresses me out with trivia, dude.
It might not be there, but I think he's top 15 at least. Give me Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers. Number 4, Colin.
No fucking way.
What a pull.
I thought he was going to sneak in at the bottom of the 10. Was it like tail end of his career?
He had 4,615 yards.
Damn.
Oh yeah, he won
Phillip
my
Rivers.
fantasy league that year.
Was it that Colts Phillip Rivers?
No, that was still
No,
Chargers,
that
Phillip
was
Rivers.
Chargers.
That was Keenan Allen breakout year, Phillip.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay,
I
Marshall.
had
Let's
both
go.
of
What
my
a
fantasy
pull.
teams that year.
Marshall, go. I gotta get back.
Marshall, you're up.
Dak Prescoop.
Number 2, Dak Prescott.
Okay, how many numbers do we have left? I feel like we've said most of the board.
We are missing number 5, number 6, and number 8.
5, 6, 8. All right. This kind of makes me scared because I know he led the league in passing yards one year, but obviously it's not this year. Give me Deshaun.
To get yourself on the board, you did not. He's number 13.
This
I
might be.
fucking hate this trivia.
This might be a reach. Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, you're reaching hella hard. He's at 14.
I was
That was
waiting
his
for you
rookie
to
year,
say-
wasn't it?
I was waiting for you to say he was on there. I was logging off. If Deshaun was on, he wasn't on this.
No, that would have been his second year. Never mind.
Like, out of here.
Colin.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, number 6.
Let's go.
Colin, tying it
See
up
what
with
happens when we do
Marshall.
recent years.
Marshall.
See what happens when we do shit that happened yesterday, guys? I'll kill it.
Marshall to take the lead.
Fuck up.
Hey, if it's so easy, why can't you do it, motherfucker?
Shut up. At least I didn't guess Matthew Stafford, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, and I've still got fucking 2 more guesses than you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Shut up. Shut up. I fucking you.
Marshall?
Matt Ryan.
Number 5 is Matt Ryan. Donnie to get on the board and steal a tie from Colin.
What
Donnie,
spot is this?
Donnie, I think I know who it is. I'll give you a hint.
No, don't give him. It's number 8.
Number fucking 8.
Don't
Jesus.
give him no hints. No
Come on,
hints.
one hint.
No hints. No hints.
What conference is he in? Give me that.
No hints.
I
No
want to give
hints.
a hint.
No hints.
It's your
No.
boy's boy.
No. No
Boys.
hints.
My boy's boy. That's fucking more confusing than a hint.
That's your hint. It's your boy's boy.
2019.
At least I think. To be fair, I don't know.
Shut the fuck up then. God. Bro's giving Athens.
What the fuck are we doing?
2019.
To get onto the board.
I'm almost
and
confident.
steal
I'm
the
on the
tie.
candidates to get on the board, Dallas. Thank you.
I just wanted to clarify
Wait,
that
you
for
weren't
the
on the
one
board
viewer.
yet for this one?
Shut the fuck up, Matthew Stafford guessing bitch.
Yes.
Fucking.
That's crazy that I'm up 3-0 then.
That's
Fuck you.
crazy. I'm up 3-0. Hey, how many did you get last trivia? Oh yeah, shut your fucking
2?
big
Same
fucking
as
mouth.
you, Donnie. You both had 2.
Exactly.
Suck
Fucking
my
suck
dick,
it.
bitch.
Fucking
Suck it.
stick with the thunder sound, bitch.
That's crazy.
What
Can
are
we
doing?
guess?
Fucking give me a minute, okay?
Man, Colin takes 2 seconds to think.
It's your boy's boy.
Shut up,
That
Marshall.
doesn't
That is
make
such a shitty hint.
Whose boy? Your boy and my boy Dallas is Collins? Who? Fuck.
It's your boy's boy.
I can tell you right now, Kenny's never coming back for the
20 wait,
podcast
hold on.
episode.
2019. I don't
My
know.
bad,
If
bro.
I don't know if somebody already said this. Is it Kirk Cousins?
No, it is not Kirk Cousins.
Yep, I'm
Thank you,
out.
because that was probably going to be my next guess.
He's 16.
That was also my.
What?
I think I have a real out of left field guess because I think they made the playoffs.
Can you open up and been out of left field? You started with Jameis Winston.
Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles? No, that would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy.
I wish it was Blake Bortles.
If it was Blake Bortles, my fucking head would explode.
All right,
I
Colin.
think I know who it is.
Colin, I'm going to put the pressure on
said
you
that?
right now.
With Donnie's Kirk Cousins guess, I almost guarantee I know who it is.
I'm going to put the pressure on you, Colin. You get this right, you go into a tie with Marshall. We then go into sudden death.
I'm not worried.
This was 2019.
2019. We're looking for number 8.
Give him a time limit because this man's gonna sit here till morning. Because I know who it is.
What a pressure move. Come on, Colin. Come on, Colin. Get it wrong so we can fucking
It's
win.
Donnie's boy's boy.
You don't win trivia, Colin.
I know.
Ooh.
Donnie's boy's boy.
That makes no sense.
So is he connected to Stafford?
Can I just guess?
No, Marshall, not yet.
Colin.
I want to. Marshall, text me who it is. I'm out of the running.
My phone died.
NFC?
Horror.
I can't give you a hint, Colin. I'm
Wrong.
sorry.
2019.
Oh.
I know who it is.
Giddy's year of all time.
I know exactly who it is.
Colin, eyes on the fucking thing. Colin, I see you looking down at that damn phone. Colin. This man was on.
This man said what?
I was looking at. I got Big Lug over here actually.
Oh yeah. He's gonna fuck. Come on, big
A's
Lug,
jersey.
answer.
Fuck.
No, it's not. Oh, fuck.
4,054 yards, 21 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
That's a hint. Boy, it's so confusing.
He's still thinking about that.
Yeah, I gotta make no sense.
I'm just gonna ignore that hint, even though like my guess doesn't make any sense with that hint. If the hint is actually who it is, then this is gonna sound so dumb. Mitch Trubisky.
No,
That was the year that the Bears made the playoffs, right?
no.
45.
Donnie.
All you came up with was Mitch.
Donnie, who's your boy? Who's your boy that likes football? Riv? What's his boy? Derek Carr.
Derek Carr.
Derek
fucking
Carr.
Derek
I was gonna say
the most forgettable motherfucker on the planet.
Derek
Earth.
Carr.
You couldn't have just said fucking Riv. You could have fucking. They don't know who that is.
You don't want to give it away like a motherfucker.
Your boy's boy didn't give shit
Donnie,
away.
his initials are DC. Just to let you know, it's not Dan Campbell.
You're a fucking dumbass, bro. You
Marshall with back-to-back
said
wins.
Riv, and I'd have fucking.
I'll
knew.
take second. That's fine.
Turn
Yeah.
the podcast off.
We
I'm
did.
doing the outro.
You know
Thank
why
you
you're
guys for
second,
watching.
Colin? Because you shit. That's why. Bitch.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you,
Donnie
Kenny, for joining
Donnie
us. You'll
finished
probably
fourth,
never
by the
join
way.
us again after
Maybe
us.
when they have shit trivia.
If you guys did enjoy, please subscribe. Make sure, I don't know if Kenny, if you already plugged your merch stuff, make sure you go check him out. Hit him up.
I'll link it in the description too.
Link it in the description. Go check it out. He's a cool with that shit. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe. We will see you in about 4 months when Colin uploads the next video.
All right, fuck off.